Good evening and welcome to Speaker Club Saturday Night session 110. Before we begin, we'll once have the recording segment and then begin with today's session. If anyone has any reflections from the earlier session, please share them. Srilakshmi ma'am, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so reflections, what I would say is maybe the implementation even in our work site, we always try to be unique and try to improve ourselves to showcase our uniqueness. So that is actually we generally do. So maybe so some of the things I listed out. So how even I can improve to be unique in my career and in our daily efforts. So that is one reflection. I'm looking at what kind of things that I can be better to make myself be unique in my career. That is one thing I just thought of. And second point, actually, so we see many areas and many places. The service is more important. So so one of the thing I would say is, so maybe you guys also hear this, Subbaiya Hotel. So it's the hotel has a number of branches. So initially it was only in the East Godavari or somewhere Godavari district. So the person actually, whoever comes to his hotel, he asks them many things like, are you good? Are you happy? Is the food is good? Is there any feedback? So he asks many things, and he makes the people their own selves kind of stuff. So that brand actually taken their family members, their sons, and this brand actually initiated in all their branches and implemented it. Though I feel I went one time the hotel, I not even feel that kind of great food, but still the way they are asking these many things, so the brand became, that is a kind of different service. Alpha thing they created, and because of that they opened almost 10 to 15 branches in the entire Telugu states, and even they're continuing the same thing. So I feel it is their unique feature. They created their own brand, and they started using that brand in many of their branches. So that is one thing I felt. That is his alpha differentiator compared to other hotels and all.
Thank you, Srilakshmi ma'am. That was wonderful. Madhu sir?
Yeah, every day in our day-to-day life also, we notice many things. As last week also, when Rahul sir is discussed, we already discussed some points. Like unconsciously, we attract where we get some respect or where we feel like some good services have, providing by our merchants or whoever. So nearby our home or anywhere also, we see regularly there are 2-3 places will be there. If we ask ourselves why I'm going to only this place, means definitely with unconsciously we choose the right guy who is providing a good service. So that's very, very important. As we learned in the last sessions, I too strongly believe that in our career or whatever we are doing, whether it is a job or any business, we have to implement that, which we learned last week, Alpha. I think that people should think that only this guy can give that uniqueness, that Alpha thing. We should create our brand. So that definitely, whether you are in a job or a profession, definitely will help us, and that uniqueness will really help us and give us access. And not only that, and we feel like enjoying that company. and not like, it's a duty or no, I'm going there. No, it's like, a very, funny interactions, and whether we are going with some work, but even though the work anyway it's happening, but we are enjoying that company also. So I think that's very, very important. We have to adapt that for our business or whatever job also. I think that's a very good takeaway from last session. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu sir. Dinesh sir, please go ahead.
Yeah. There are so many mobile sellers are there in the market. One personal experience I want to share, how their alpha is like made its uniqueness. Recently, I went to one of the mobile store, Purvika. Once you start entering, in the entrance itself, there will be a sales executives, they're standing. Once you start entering itself, all the people will be smiling, but one person will, they mutually understand, and one person will come forward and will greet the customer. And they will come along with us, like, what is your requirement? Whether you are buying for smartphone or a neckband, whatever, they start pitching. Then they will close the sale. That is the one thing I observed. Initially, how they will smile, how they will greet, and one person will come, entire journey, they will take to the store. And finally, one uniqueness, this is like common I have observed in all the store. If you go to Chroma or Unilate or Pi, it's the same. But once we complete the sales, they will raise a bill. Along with bill, they'll put it in their store packet, and one person will hand over. Once you complete the sale, person will hand over that mobile to us, and all entire store people will do the clapping at the end moment while hand overing the mobile. That is the one uniqueness I saw. That is, all of a sudden, even customer will not be aware this is going to happen. Then all of a sudden they'll gather, one person will hand over, like they're gifting something like that, and they'll start clapping. It was like all of a sudden that will create a one kind of like pleasant moment. And that made me to visit once again. First time I purchased one mobile for my father, and second time I visited for purchase 2 neckband Bluetooth speaker. That is like one kind of alpha, because so many players are there. How will be like top of that play competition? That's what I observed. I wanted to share with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinesh sir. I think the story you shared will be useful even in the next part 2 of this session. Uma ma'am?
Yeah, service with a smile. And what is that which makes everyone special? So I have started observing some small incidents, some stories, which make me reflect on this topic. So recently I met an auto person, and usually I take a Ola, but I thought I will just try the person in the stand. And I asked him whether he could take me to the nearby temple. And he very sincerely said that he would. I asked him whether he could wait and bring me back. He said, yes, ma'am, I'll wait. And then he took me to the temple, and he charged very nominal fare, the minimum fare. And he waited for me, and he gave his number. I noted it down. And after you finish your darshan, you please call me, he said. And when I called, he came immediately, and he just took the minimum fare. And I was, tempted to call him every time when I wanted to go out. And that is how he has served me. And every time he is very sincere and friendly and smiling. So that is that extra alpha factor which has made him unique. And he says that he will accept whatever fare that I give according to the distance. And in case he feels it is less, he says he will ask for more. And if it is more, he says he will return it also. And he did it also once. So that made me appreciate his sincerity. So I've started reflecting on the service with the alpha factor. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That was a really beautiful story, especially the part when he is even willing to return the fee if he thinks it's a little too much than what he has done. Shri Krishna, sir?
Yes, actually, this is not related to, it's a different thing. So for me, since being a Tamil person, for me, learning Telugu was a challenge. So one service which I will never forget is one of my, one of our neighbors, they know Telugu very well. And they taught me Telugu from like what we say from A to for everything. So in that sense, be it grammar and everything, because of them, in as far as reading and writing Telugu, I don't say that I am perfect 100% and all, but I feel that it's a service which has impacted me positively. Like in school also they teach, but I was unable to grasp it because there I am a different student compared to the rest, right? So I don't know Telugu from beginning. So in that way, that person had a positive impact on my life. So he has created an alpha factor for me, I would say. Like even today, if I have any doubt, I prefer to ask him. Yeah.
Thank you, Sri Krishna sir. Ellen sir?
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, actually that alpha factor, what I observe myself, actually what I will do, I will put some extra effort. Wherever actually that, for example, timing 9 to 6 means whenever that event happen or something happen, right? That time I will stretch that work. Actually, I will stay back or something like that. Even that is not my work. So I will do that one. So it will be useful. Reason for them, we are helping others. So ultimately, whenever we are having issues or something, they will come and help us. So we are taking care additional care like that. Especially I will do only office. Half an hour before same topic I had with my wife, she is telling only you will do the same thing in only office, not in personal life actually, or else your family. So a reason I will love more actually my work. So that's the reason I will do there. Ultimately, whatever that I will not think. Sometimes I will forget I will married. So like that, I used to work office. So that alpha factor is for me in office is there. Now I need to do in family. Today only we discussed half an hour before only. Yeah, it's nice thing actually. Now I can rework myself actually. That impacted me much, I can tell. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ellen sir. So from the earlier session, what I learned was how the alpha factor impacts us, how the alpha factor of others impact us. From a Pani Puri guy to a college, a whole institution, I observed every one of them has an alpha factor. And that makes you want to revisit them. A smile, a warm welcome, and all that, they make you revisit them. So that was one of the most important things I learned. And the alpha factor is a differentiating factor which eventually becomes a dominating factor. It makes you the best out of everyone else. Unique is the best. So that's what I learned from the earlier session. Thank you everyone who have shared your reflections. Now we'll begin with the session. The session is titled Riddle-Me-Ree. As it is obvious, we are going to have a session about riddles and with riddles. Sri Krishna sir and Dinesha sir, Ellen sir, can you turn on your videos? Because we are going to play, Uma ma'am is going to present you with some riddles and you'll have to answer in the chat. When that riddles will be asked, answer them to me in my personal chat. Please don't answer in the everyone because everyone misses the opportunity to guess the riddle. So we'll wait and we'll see who answers the most riddles. So here we begin. A riddle is defined as a statement, question, or phrase having a doubled or veiled meaning, put forth as a puzzle to be solved. Riddles are of two types: enigmas, which are problems generally expressed in metaphorical or allegorical language that require ingenuity and careful thinking for the solutions. These are basically the logical riddles. And then there are other type, and which are in the form of conundrums or conundra. These are questions relying on their effects on punning of either the question or the answer. And these are the silly riddles. And we have both of them tonight, which are going to be presented by Umama. And the word riddle, the origin or the derivation of the word comes from a German verb named redana, which meant to interpret or guess. This verb came from West Germanic noun radisli, It literally means thing to be guessed or thing to be interpreted. And that's what riddles are. You have to first interpret them and guess the right answer. And this comes Dutch Rätsel, German Rätsel, and Old English riddles, the latter of which became the modern English riddle. And the history of riddles. The first discovered written riddles are close to 4,000 years old. So riddles were here present from a long time. They were used for activities like fun, competitions, and many other things. They were written down in many ancient literatures, and the literatures of riddles are very prominent in Greek and even in Hindu mythology in the Vedas. Riddles are known to have been popular in Greece in Hellenistic times, and possibly even before. So riddles were always here. They were always a way people had fun, people competed against each other, and people basically racked their thinking brains to think better. Uma ma'am, can we have the first set of riddles?
Yeah. Thank you, Akanksha, for the wonderful introduction of riddles. And all of us are always eager to know more and rack our brains whenever people present us with some riddles and interesting questions. I got this curiosity to learn more and more riddles from my grandfather. Whenever I used to go for holidays, he used to ask me a lot of riddles, and that is how my interest in riddles started. So today, I'm going to ask you a few funny riddles in the first set. And since there are very few participants, you can just raise your hand through an emoji, and whoever raises the hand, I will ask them to give the answer. If you know the answer, you can raise your hand.
If not, they can answer in the chat because there are less people. It will be easier to organize too.
Okay.
I think there's a new participant.
So you can type the answers on the chat. Even if many of you type also, it's okay. Whoever types the answer first, they will be considered as the winner.
Sure, ma'am. Or you can even answer in in my personal chat. So I'll let everyone know. Like we had a session earlier, take a guess. Uma ma'am has organized everything. You all can send me the personal message, and we can. I'll let you know if you're right or wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Good evening, Julie Raghavendra. Welcome to the session.
Yeah, she's a good friend of mine. Welcome to you, Julie ma'am. Yeah. So we will start with the funny riddles. The first one: what is at the end of the rainbow? What is at the end of the rainbow? You can type the answer to Akanksha. What is at the end of the rainbow? Anyone has given the right answer?
No answers yet, ma'am.
Okay.
She let me, ma'am, know.
Just think out of the box. What is at the end of the rainbow?
It's not just a regular one. It's a silly one. So
yeah, it's all the answers are silly, quite silly.
Dinesha sir, no. Lakshmi Narayana sir, no. That's the beginning of the rainbow. Julie ma'am, no. Julie ma'am, please from next time send the messages to my personal chat so that we won't be able to reveal the answer to everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
So shall I give out the correct answer?
Madhu sir, any attempts? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
The answer is the letter W. R-A-I-N-B-O-W. So what is at the end of the rainbow? The letter W. Okay. Second one. You are in a dark room with a box of matches. On a table are a candle, an oil lamp, and a log of firewood. What do you light first? You are in a dark room with a box of matches. On a table are a candle, an oil lamp, and a log of firewood. What do you light first?
Ellen sir, no. Shilakshmi ma'am, correct. Ellen sir, correct. Madhu sir, correct.
You can upload each other with emojis.
Dinesha sir, right. Julie ma'am, Sri Krishna sir, guesses?
So many of you have got the right answer then. The answer is you light the matches first. Okay, very good. We'll move on to the next one. 3 doctors say that Robert is their brother. Robert says he has no brothers. Who is lying? Three doctors say that Robert is their brother. Robert says he has no brother. Who is lying?
3 doctors or 3 daughters?
Doctors.
Ellen sir, no, that's not correct. Ellen sir has answered Uma ma'am.
Okay.
And that's
right
not
one?
correct.
Okay.
No, Shri Krishna sir. Mother sir, you're right.
Okay, great. The answer is no one. No one is lying because the doctors are Robert's sisters. Okay. The 3 doctors say that Robert is their brother, and Robert says he has no brothers. So if he says no brothers means they could be sisters. So the answer is the doctors are Robert's sisters. Okay. Next one. I have 13 hearts, but no lungs or stomach. Who am I? I have 13 hearts, but no lungs or stomach. Who am I?
This is not a science or biology quiz, so please don't try to think of animals that could possibly have 13 hearts.
Something related to a game.
Shri Krishna sir, that was smart, and it's not right. But that was a very good answer. Ellen sir, correct. Madhu sir, no.
Any more guesses?
13 hearts. Think of where there are hearts and where there could be only 13 hearts.
The answer is a deck of cards. Playing
Shri
cards.
Krishna sir has answered the Little Hearts biscuit, and I think that actually was good too.
So every the card pack has around 54 cards of 4 different varieties, no, including 2 jokers, it will be 56, I think. So 13 in each variety, from ace, king, jack, queen, and all the other numbers from 2 to 10. So totally it will add up to 13. So 13 hearts. Next one. An electric train is headed east. Where does the smoke go? An electric train is headed east. Where does the smoke go?
Ellen sir, no. Think of the details. An electrical train heads east. Mother sir is right. Ellen sir, right? Julie ma'am, no.
Yes, you have to think and listen to the question properly. Hearing,
Julie
listening.
No. Shri Krishna sir, right? An electrical train heads east. Which direction does the smoke go?
So the answer was simple. Electric trains don't produce any smoke. Okay. So kudos to Madhu sir and Lakshmi Narayan for answering correctly. Even Sri Krishna answered correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next one. What is the one thing everyone can agree is between heaven and earth? What is the one thing everyone can agree is between heaven and earth? This is also very simple.
Madhu sir, no. Julie ma'am, no. Shri Krishna sir, also no.
Between heaven and earth. Just concentrate on this. What is the one thing that everyone can agree is between heaven and earth?
Words matter a lot.
Yeah.
Lakshmi Narayana sir, no.
Just think,
More
what is
guesses.
between heaven and earth? Between heaven and earth, one word is heaven, other side is earth. They are connected by?
Now mom is literally giving out the answer. Shri Krishna sir, no. Madhu sir also no.
The answer is the word and. Heaven and earth. So what is the one thing that everyone can agree is between heaven and earth? And it was very simple.
Shri Krishna sir has answered sky. I think
Okay.
Shri Krishna sir is coming up with the almost accurate answers.
Wow, great. Next one. This is also very simple. Just listen properly. A man was driving a truck. His lights weren't on. The moon was not out. There were no street lights. Up ahead, a woman was crossing the street. Luckily, the truck driver stopped in time. How did he see her?
There was no headlights. Julie ma'am, no. Ellen sir, right.
No headlights, moon was
Dinesha
not
sir,
out,
right.
no street lights. The driver stopped in time. How did he see her?
Julie ma'am, yes. Madhu sir, yes.
So the answer, many of you have given the right answers. It was daytime. So that is how he could see her.
With the
Okay.
sunlight, like Ellen sir has answered.
Okay. Next one. A monkey, a squirrel, and a bird are racing to the top of a coconut tree. Who will get the banana first? A monkey, a squirrel, and a bird are racing to the top of a coconut tree. Who will get the banana first?
Dinesha sir got it right.
Okay.
Ellen sir, right. Shri Krishna sir, no. Shri Lakshmi ma'am, yes. Madhu sir, absolutely right. Julie ma'am, yes. Shri Krishna sir, no. Ma'am, repeat the question once again.
Yeah, a monkey, a squirrel, and a bird are racing to the top of a coconut tree. Who will get the banana first? So the answer is none of them, because coconut trees don't produce bananas. I think many of you got it right. Okay, next one. I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, I can be played. What am I? I can be cracked, I can be made, I can be told, I can be played. What am I?
Shri Krishna sir, right. Julie ma'am, no. Dinesha sir, no. Dinesha sir, no.
Anybody got it right?
Yes, Shri Krishna sir.
Okay. So the answer is a joke. A joke can be cracked, it can be made, it can be told, it can be played. Okay. So some answers were quite silly. Anyway, work for the brain. Last one. If you drop a yellow hat in the Red Sea, what does it become? If you drop a yellow hat in the Red Sea, what does it become?
Ellen sir got it right. Julie ma'am, no? I think it's quite easy. She let me ma'am know. Madhu sir, you're almost right, but that's not the exact answer. Dinesh sir, same. Both of y'all are the same answer. It is true, but it's not the exact answer.
The answer is it becomes wet. If you drop a yellow hat in the Red Sea, what does it become? It becomes wet.
So here's a random fact. The Red Sea is not really red. It just gets its name from a type of bacteria that's present. So, which is why it's actually called the Red Sea. Thank you, ma'am, for all the silly riddles. I think Ellen sir got most of the answers correct, and even Sri Krishna sir, Dinesh sir, Madhu sir, I think almost everyone were answering, right? Thank you, mama. So since now there are some silly riddles, here I have some history facts and something related to international riddles. So the riddles most probably originated from the Greek, and they were prominent as entertainments and challengers presented at symposia. And the oracles, the fortune tellers for the Greek people, they always used to answer whichever questions anyone asked in riddles. The ones at Delphi were very famous for presenting the answer or the future in riddles that no one could crack. And sometimes it used to disturb all the kings or whoever went to ask a lot. Whenever the riddles were presented, they used to think too much about them, but the answer used to be something completely different. So whenever they were going on a quest, or whenever there's a war going on, or whenever there's a problem, they used to visit the oracle thinking they'll get answers. But most of the time it used to answer in riddles, which couldn't really be cracked by everyone, because the oracle of Delphi belonged to the god Apollo, and he was very famous for his poetry and riddles. So that's a little about riddles in Greek mythology. We have many riddle games, even in India. There are competitions too. The riddle game is a formalized guessing game, a contest of wit and skill in which players take turns asking riddles and also answering riddles. The player that cannot answer loses. While everyone keeps asking, each one comes up with an own riddle, and whoever can't come up with a riddle or whoever cannot answer a riddle is disqualified. Riddle games also occur frequently in mythology and folklore, as well as in popular literature. There are so many literary books that are famous for the riddles present in them. The Greek books are most famous for having riddles. Even in India, the Vedas contain riddles. Here's a riddle that isn't really easy for any of us because it has Sanskrit origins. In the Atharva Veda, this comes up. Who moves in the air? Who makes a noise on seeing a thief? Who is the enemy of lotuses? Who is the climax of fury? Who moves in the air? The answer is birds. Who makes a noise seeing a thief? A dog. Who is the enemy of lotuses? Sun. And who is the climax of fury? Is the last answer. The bird in Sanskrit is V, the second dog, Swa, and the third sun, Mitra, and the whole, who is the climax of fury, adds up to Vishwamitra, the teacher of Lord Ram. So this riddle is something from the Atharva Veda. Coming to Greek mythology, there is this Sphinx riddle that's very famous, and it was asked to Oedipus, a Greek hero who has done a lot of things which can't really be detailed. And here's a riddle. I think even y'all can try answering it. It goes in the morning on 4 feet, at lunchtime on 2, at evening on 3. I repeat, it goes in the morning on 4 feet, at lunchtime on 2, at evening on 3. Any guesses, anyone? It's the most famous Greek riddle to ever exist. I don't think there are any guesses. So the answer is a human. In the morning, 4 feet. As a baby, a human crawls on 4 feet. So that's considered as a morning. At lunchtime, on 2. In middle age, as a baby grows up, they begin walking on 2 feet. And in the evening, 3. When someone becomes old, they get an extra walking stick. Exactly, Uma ma'am. So with that walking stick, it counts as 3 legs. So that was a very famous riddle, and it had to be cracked to pass the riddle or to pass the test which they're put in. So this is one riddle from the Rig Veda. It's described as a 12-spoked wheel upon which stand 720 sons of one birth. A 12-spoked wheel upon which stand 720 sons of one birth. Any guesses? A 12-spoked wheel. Think about where this number comes up.
The clock.
Ellen sir, no.
One second,
also
Akanksha, repeat 1 second. 12-spoke wheel.
Clock.
No. I repeat the riddle. 12-spoked wheel upon which stand 720 sons of one birth.
It is like year or month?
Dinesh sir, right? The 12 months of the year, a 12-spoked wheel upon which stand 720 sons of one birth. In the Rig Veda, it's described as we have 360 days and 360 nights. So all the 12 months of the year together put in had 720 days and nights, 720 parts of the day. So this came up in Sanskrit in Rig Veda. Uma ma'am, you can go ahead with your next set of riddles.
Okay. Numbers always fascinate us. And whenever you have some number riddles, it always develops your strategic thinking, then you can learn to develop your problem solving skills. And sometimes children also enjoy working with numbers when they are taught these number riddles. And you can relax and enjoy maths concepts once you develop the taste for solving riddles through numbers. Okay, so let us have some number riddles, and similarly you can type the answers to Akanksha and let us see who will get the maximum. First one, how can you make 7 even? How can you make 7 even? 7 is an odd number. How can you make it even? How can you make 7 even?
Sri Krishna sir got it right. Madhu sir, yes. Sri Lakshmi ma'am, that is right, but it's a silly game, so maybe that won't work. Any guesses? Ellen sir?
By removing S?
Yes, Jyoti ma'am, that's the answer. You're right.
That's the right answer. Remove the S. Next one. What do the numbers 11 and 88 have in common?
Type your answers out in the chat.
11 and 88 have in common. What do the numbers 11 and 88 have in common?
Shri Krishna sir, you're almost right. Ellen sir, I think that's right. I will see Uma ma'am giving out the answer. Madhu sir, right. Dinesha sir, right. I think this riddle has a couple of answers.
Yeah. So one of the answers are they both look the same upside down and backwards. Upside down also 11 looks the same, 88 also looks the same, and backwards also if you read, they read the same. And some more answers did you get?
Yes, Ellen sir has answered 11 table. Shri Krishna sir has answered 1 and 8 since they're both repeating. And Madhu sir answered the same, 2 times same number. Dinesha sir also answered 2 digit. So this riddle does have a couple of answers.
Okay, well done. Let's move to the next one. A little girl goes to the store and buys 1 dozen eggs. As she is going home, all but 3 eggs break. How many eggs are left unbroken? A little girl goes
Ellen sir in the chat, please.
Goes to the store and buys 1 dozen eggs. As she is going home, all but 3 eggs break. How many eggs are left unbroken?
This is an easy one. It's just mathematics. And I don't think you even have to apply mathematics. She Lakshmi ma'am got that right. Madhu sir, no?
A little bit of English also here. You have to just understand.
Dinesha sir, no? Shri Krishna sir, no? Shri Krishna sir, yes? Julie ma'am, no?
So the right answer is 3. All but 3 eggs break. Means remaining out of 12, 9 broke and only 3 were not broken. So the answer is 3. Next one. What did the triangle say to the circle? What did the triangle say to the circle?
This could be a multiple answer riddle too. Ellen sir, no.
Any guesses?
Ellen sir answered nothing, but that's not right.
The answer I have is you are pointless. The triangle said to the circle, you are pointless.
And
Any
I had
other?
a couple of answers too.
Okay.
Julie ma'am, right? The answers I had were look at it from a different side because the circle doesn't really have any sides. And look at it from a different angle. That works too because the circle doesn't have angles. Those are my answers to when Uma ma'am sent me the rules.
Okay. Next one. You have a basket with 20 apples. You have 20 hungry children. Every child should get an apple, but 1 apple should remain in the basket. How do you do that? 20 apples, 20 hungry children, and every child should get an apple, but 1 apple should remain in the basket. How do you do that?
Ellen sir, yes. Madhu sir, almost right. Raj sir got it right. Raj sir, please give me the answers personally so that everyone won't get the answer already before they get to answer. Thank you, Raj sir.
So that was the right answer. You have to give the last apple in the basket to the child.
Madhu sir answered that one child has to distribute, so she'll be left with one. That's accurate too, because it'll be in the basket anyway.
So kudos to everyone who answered rightly. Next one. If you place 3 matches on a table, then tell a friend to add 2 more matches to make 8. How can he do so? If you place 3 matches on a table, means 3 matchsticks on a table, and then tell a friend to add 2 more matches to make 8, how can he do so? First 3 matches and then you add 2 more matches. With this, you have to make 8. How will you make 8?
This could be a little difficult.
Yeah, you have to think a little differently.
Shri Krishna sir, no. Shri Lakshmi ma'am, a little right. Shri Lakshmi ma'am is almost right.
Okay. So the clue is, if you can think in Roman numbers, it will be easier.
That's a no. Shri Lakshmi ma'am, I thought you almost got it right, but no.
Okay. I think
the matchsticks will be of the same size, so that might not work. Yes. Lakshmi Narayan sir, no.
Shri Lakshmi ma'am, got it right?
Yes.
Okay. So in Roman
Shri Krishna
numbers,
sir almost got it right too.
Okay.
He got it right.
Mm-hmm. So can you explain, Shri Lakshmi, the answer?
I think Roman numbers, we have 8, it's V, 3 ones.
Okay.
So 2 sticks, you keep it in V shape, and 3 sticks straight.
Okay. Good. Great. Good, Shri Krishna. Good, Shri Lakshmi ma'am. Next
Madhu
one.
sir also answered it right.
Okay, great. Next one. How can you take 2 from 5 and leave 4? How can you take 2 from 5 and leave 4? Answer is similar to the last one on same lines. Think like that. You have to take 2 from 5 and leave 4.
Thank you, Raj sir, for coming. Shri Lakshmi ma'am got it right again.
Okay. Anybody else got it? Madhu sir has got it? No?
No. We got some new participant. That's why I'm getting lost.
Okay. Okay.
Good evening,
Hi,
Raj sir.
Good evening. Yeah, Raj is actually one of my favorite names, and also the initial of my name, Rahul A. Jain, Ajit Jain. So I generally used to call myself Raj. So when you saw while Bikash was taking a session, someone joined with the name of Raj from the hospital. That was me. So I generally do it this way to see how the performance or meeting is going on. I'm outside in the car right now. Pragya was a little unwell, so I could not take up today. But yeah, the follow-up session continues next week of what we did last week. Let's keep the stories alive and keep collecting more of them so that we can have more fun next week. And yep, that's it. Enjoy, have fun, and see you all next Saturday again. Akanksha, I'm not closing the session, sorry. I just wanted to...
That's okay.
Yeah, please take
You turned on your video all of a sudden. I was like, wait, I remember someone with Raj joining in previously too.
Done. Yeah, okay, continue. Sorry, guys. Go ahead. See you all next Saturday. I'm going to leave now again.
Thank you, Raj, sir.
Take care. Okay, Sri Lakshmi ma'am, can you tell the answer?
Yeah, ma'am. So if we remove 2 from 5, actually it would be 3. So if we keep these 3 sticks in the shape of a Roman number, 1 stick and then 2 sticks V shape, then it become 4.
No.
No?
I didn't tell matchsticks only here. So I just said, how can you take 2 from 5 and leave 4? So you have to write the word FIV 5 and remove F and E. You are left with 1 V. That is the Roman. Okay. Yeah. Good attempt anyway.
But same thing I wrote in.
Yes, sir. Lakshmi sir got it.
Lakshmi Narayan got it correct, is it?
By the way, last question, when I answered 9 minus 1, why was it wrong? If you present 9 as standing line and a V, which makes it 9, I had 3. You give me 1, give me 2 more sticks, minus and 1. The answer will be 8.
It won't be of the same size. Think of it, sir. If you add, it will become a triangle.
Done. You should ask them what is the logic behind the wrong answers also. You should ask so that you get to know what can be the thought process. Bye-bye, everyone.
Okay, one more, last one. What can you put between a 7 and 8 so that the result is greater than a 7 but less than an 8? What can you put between 7 and 8 so that the result is greater than a 7 but less than an 8? Any answers? Sri Krishna?
Ellen sir, no?
Ma'am, can you repeat again?
What can you put between a 7 and 8 and an 8 so that result is greater than a 7 but less than an 8?
Ellen sir, the result has to be less than 8.
So between 7 and 8, what can you put so that it will be more than 7 but less than 8?
Ellen sir, no?
Think of all the mathematical ways, operations.
Sri Krishna sir got it right.
Great.
Julie ma'am also right? Ellen sir, no? The result has to be greater than 7 and less than 8. So, Madhu sir, you've almost got it right. But you have to put something between only 7 and 8.
Answer is a decimal. So it is 7.8.
Oh.
Okay. Madhu sir answer 7.5. So it was a little close. Ellen sir, none of the other functions work because 7 minus 8 will give you minus 1, which is again less than both 7 and 8. Plus, it also doesn't work. Even the multiplication, even that doesn't work. So it's none of the basic operations.
Okay, just one more game. I need a volunteer for this. It is a number game again. Any volunteer? I will be one of the players and I need one volunteer. Akanksha, you want to play? Okay. So the game goes like this. Whoever reaches 100 first is the winner. So I will be telling one number. You have to tell another number. To what I tell, you can add maximum up to 10. Like suppose I say 1, maximum you can say is 11. To 1, you have to add within 10 any number. So you can add 1 plus 2, it can be 3. If I say 1, you can say maximum up to 11. You can say 8, you can say 9, anything. Like that, both of us keep saying, and who reaches 100 first, they are the winner. Okay. You want to start or shall I start?
You start, ma'am.
Okay. 5.
15.
20.
28.
Only me and Akanksha are playing.
30.
No, what did I say?
20.
20. So you said 30, huh? No? What did you say?
Yes,
30.
ma'am.
30. Okay. 35.
45.
50.
60.
67.
70.
78.
88.
89.
90.
100.
Got it.
Anybody else? Anybody else wants to try?
Between any two of y'all can play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will try.
I think Lakshmi Narayan has
Ellen sir
tried.
and Sri Krishna sir, he was answering the earlier.
Who wants to try?
Yeah, I will try. Lakshmi, I said I will try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sri Krishna sir, you ready?
No. By mistake.
Okay. Julie ma'am, you unmuted. Do you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I'll go it. So
Okay,
shall I start?
Anyone, Ellen sir and Julie ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Start, ma'am.
9,
19,
29,
39,
41,
51,
56,
66,
78,
79,
82,
83,
83, 93,
100.
93, ma'am. 94.
It's over, right?
Lakshmi Narayan, you can go with 100.
100.
Yeah.
First
Lakshmi ma'am, wait.
He'll-
Minimum
Ellen
I
sir,
should add 10.
Ellen
Minimum I
sir
should.
said 94.
Yeah.
Julie ma'am, continue.
100.
Yeah.
Even Sri
So
Lakshmi
that
ma'am prompted the answer too, but Ellen sir didn't catch it.
Yes.
there is a trick actually.
Mm.
What you should do is you should catch at certain points.
Mm.
Initially, you can just leave. But when you come closer, there are some points where you have to catch out those particular numbers. Shall I tell you the trick? So you have to catch.
Please, ma'am.
You have to catch at points like 45, 56, 67, 78, 89. At these points, you have to catch. Wherever they are, you just try to fool them here and there. But somehow you see that you catch at those numbers. 45, 56, 67, 78, 89. So once you reach 89, you are the winner. Somehow you have to see that you reach 89. That is the trick. Okay, over to you, Akanksha. Hope you all enjoyed this game.
Thank you, ma'am. That was a
Oh,
very
madam,
fun game.
can you repeat those 4 numbers? 45,
45, 56, 67, 78, 89.
With these 5 numbers, 5 number we have to play.
Yes.
Ma'am, who is telling first time, ma'am? Actually, I got confused.
Who reaches 100 first, they are the winners.
Oh, okay. I reached actually. I thought actually they should reach like that. I played.
Yes. You are not able to understand actually.
Yeah, ma'am.
I have
That
one
was a very
little.
fun.
I have one.
Yes, Dinesh sir, please go ahead.
Okay. The question goes like this. 1 is equal to 5. 2 is equal to 10. 3 is equal to 15. 4 is equal to 20. 5 is equal to question mark.
It's 25.
You can type the answer to Akanksha. We'll take the answer finally. Is everybody answered, Akanksha?
Sri Lakshmi ma'am and Madhu sir answer the same one. Sri Krishna sir answer something different, and I think I'll go with the Sri Lakshmi ma'am's answer too.
Uma madam answered?
Not yet. Uma ma'am answered yes.
Okay. You can answer in general chat itself.
Yes, all of them answered. Sri Lakshmi ma'am and Madhu sir went with 25. Sri Krishna sir said 1, and I'm going with 25 too.
The answer is 1.
1.
It is a logical IAS question. The first question starts with 1 is equal to 5. Is 1 is equal to 5, 5 equal to 1. Thank you.
Nice one, nice one.
Sri Krishna sir got it right. Yes, so moving on, I have a few more riddles, and after that, we'll close the session. So the first one goes, I'm short when I sit, I am long when I jump. What am I? I'm short when I sit and long when I jump. Julie ma'am, no? Well, ma'am, that's a smart answer, but no. Madhu sir, no? So the answer is a frog. A frog is short when it sits and long when it jumps. And Uma ma'am has answered shadow, which is a very smart answer and right. I didn't think of that. The next one is, I have a brain full of teacher's knowledge. I crash without moving. I freeze while staying warm. What am I? I have a brain full of teacher's knowledge. I crash without moving. I freeze while staying warm. What am I? Mind the words. Crash. Think a brain. These words. Julia ma'am got it right. Uma ma'am right. Dinesh sir right. Madhu sir, no? So the answer is a computer. It has a brain full of teacher's knowledge and crashes without moving and also freezes while staying warm. So the next one, what has a ring but no finger? What has a ring but no finger? There could be multiple answers for this too. That's a good answer, Uma ma'am. Lakshmi sir almost got it right. There are multiple answers, so that's one of them too. What has a ring but no fingers? All the answers are, this is a very good one, I think. There are multiple answers. Every person who has answered till now has answered a different answer. So the answer could be many things, starting from the silliest, a ring box. A box of ring, it only has a ring, it doesn't have the finger. And then there could be as complex as a Saturn, the Saturn planet. It has rings, but it doesn't have a finger. So the answers we got are, Uma ma'am has answered moon. Lakshmi Narayana sir has answered calling bell. It could also be the telephone because the telephone has a ring but no finger. And then Shri Krishna sir answered a circus ring. And Shri Lakshmi ma'am has answered an earring. So we have got a wide variety of answers for this question. The next one, what flies without wings? What flies without wings? Julie ma'am has answered something very smart. Dinesh said no. An aeroplane does have its wings too. Shri Krishna said that's a very good answer. Uma ma'am, yes. So again, this riddle also has a multiple answer. From, it could be a kite, it could be gossip, and it can also be time. Time flies. It does not have wings, but it does fly. So the next one, what has oceans, seas, rivers and lakes, but no water? What has rivers, seas, oceans and lakes, but no water? Uma ma'am got it right in very quick. Shri Krishna said that was a good answer. Ellen said no, coconut does have water. Ellen sir, almost right. So the answer is a map. And Shri Krishna sir has answered books, and that could also be right. And Ellen sir has also asked paintings, and that could be right too. I think we're getting a lot of questions which are multiple answerable. And then, what has an eye but cannot see? What has an eye but cannot see? Uma ma'am, right? Uma ma'am is acing this. Julie ma'am, no? So the answer is a needle. It has an eye, but it cannot see. And then what has a neck but no head? It has a neck but no head. Uma ma'am, no? So the answer is a shirt or a t-shirt. It has a neck but no head to itself. So that's the answer. What kind of table has no legs? Again, it could be multiple answers. Uma ma'am gave two answers and both of them are right. Ellen sir, I think you're right too. Julie ma'am, yes. But again, that isn't really right. So the answers could be a timetable, a periodic table, the mathematics tables, and as Uma ma'am answered, vegetable, and again a constable too. Ananya has answered that one. So it could be again many. And the next one is, how many sides does a circle have? How many sides does a circle have? Again, it's a silly one. Please keep that in mind. Uma ma'am is going on a roll. Shri Krishna sir, no, you are right mathematically speaking, but this is a silly one. Julie ma'am, again, you're right, but this is a silly one, so no. So the answer is two sides, inside and outside. Shri Krishna sir and Julie ma'am have answered no sides, which is also right. But this is the answer. Two sides, the inside of the circle and the outside of the circle. So here's the last riddle. What is at the end of everything? See, Lakshmi ma'am got it right. Madhu sir right. Lakshmi Narayan sir right. Uma ma'am right. Shri Krishna sir no. Julie ma'am no. Dinesha sir no. Just move a little and you'll get the answer, sir. What is at the end of everything? Shri Krishna sir no. Dinesh sir got it right. Dinesh sir moved a little and got it right. So at the end of everything, there is G. I think we began with the same kind of riddle and ended with the same kind of riddle. So thank you, everyone. It was a very fun game. All of y'all have answered everything. And we had great fun because some riddles were like, that's so silly. And some were like, wow, that's smart. And especially I like the riddles when we had multiple answers, all of which were right. So thank you, everyone, for another fun night. It was a great session of riddles. I hope you all had fun too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And ending the usual way, Saturday nights have never been this beautiful. Thank you for listening to the perspectives, sharing new perspectives each Saturday night. Thank you for the love that you keep coming back. See you all next Saturday.